friends, welcome to another video. I'm going to be featuring the Ornament Keepsakes stamp set that hopefully you're enjoying using it and or are excited to try these projects out yourself by purchasing this stamp set. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a card base of cherry cobbler, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Then this piece of Very Vanilla is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then this is from the Designer Series Pack Be of Good Cheer, and this measures 5 3/8, 5 2/8, so I guess that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then I just cut it in half and flipped it over and got this piece here. Alright, so I'm also going to be using a couple of inks. This is going to be using the Gumball Green Classic ink, and then I'm also going to be using cherry cobbler. So what I'm going to first do is, as you can see, I've already stamped out this ornament here in Gumball Green. I'm going to take this one here from the Ornament Keepsakes stamp set and this one here, and I'm going to stamp them out in cherry cobbler. I'm going to take the framelits, and this is the Holiday Ornaments framelit set, and I'm going to find the coordinating framelits for each of these stamps that I've just punched out. So I'm going to be using this here, so the ridge is going to be facing down on my ornament. I'm going to be taking a post-it note and placing it right over so that the framelit won't move once I've set it where I want it, because I'm going to be transferring it onto my plates on my Big Shot. Okay, so then you just place the post-it note right over it. And I'm going to run all these through my Big Shot at the same time. I'm going to put my Yucky Cutting Pat plate first, because I've got one of those that I get all stamped up, or punched up, I guess, with the Big Shot. Okay, I'm going to just fold these over so they don't cause trouble running it through, and then place this ornament on here. Put the second acrylic sheet on top. And I've got all my pieces here all ready. Okay, I'm going to take the Dazzling Details, and I'm going to decorate, kind of dress up my ornaments here before I do anything so that it can be drying while I'm doing the other pieces. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside to dry while I'm doing the other pieces of my card. I'm going to take a piece of my Scratch Very Vanilla paper, and I'm going to use this really great stamp set that's called Greetings of the Season, and I'm going to punch out Noel in Gumball Green. So what I'm doing with the one that I'm creating right now is kind of the opposite of the sample I did, and we can see how it looks or compares. I'm going to put the Noel inside this beautiful silver frame here. So I'm going to be using a hand punch to punch that out. And then again, I'm going to take the Dazzling Details, and I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to this here. I'm going to go ahead and prepare the rest here. I'm going to take some cherry cobbler seam binding and these pieces of Designer Series paper that I've prepared. And I'm going to just put adhesive all the way around the Designer Series paper and the seam binding. I'm going to take one of the Flourish designer frames here, and I'm going to take 2 of the mini silver brads. I'm going to take my Noel, and I'm going to put some liquid adhesive around the side, and I'm going to put it into the frame. And I'm just going to put a couple of dots on the frame here. And then I'm going to put my dimensionals on. Again, I'm going to put the dimensional all over the prongs of the brad, and then it's also going to sit on the edge of the Noel piece that I just stuck down. So let me get another. really easy to use and embellish. Okay, so then I'm going to take the adhesive off the back. Okay, now it's time to put down the ornaments. I'm going to add a couple of rhinestones. I'm going to take the end of my seam binding and kind of bunch it up. Then I'm going to take a dimensional so that I can adhere the seam binding to my punched piece here. Okay, and then I'm going to do that same thing with the other two ornaments. Add a few more dimensionals to the back of my ornaments here. Then I'm going to just stick them down. Okay, then the last thing that I need to do is to just tuck my seam binding underneath my card base. Because this is kind of bulky, I think the best thing to do would be to put adhesive onto my cherry cobbler. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, hope you enjoyed this card and have fun making it yourself. Have a great day. Bye-bye.